Now in this class, we're gonna be not working on this project from Frontend Mentor. Let's see how far we can go. I don't know if we'll be able to, if we'll okay. So if I'm not able to fit it, all right. So this is it. Now I just open the image. Okay, so I will not give you the excuse me. They won't give you the deployed link. They will only give you the image. So you go and take up the challenge and then build it. Okay. So we actually built this on Tailwind version 3. Funny enough, I don't even know where the link is again. So um, I think a lot of the past students, they've built it and deployed it. So we just go ahead and so this is the Tailwind version 3 material that so we just be grabbing some things from here, okay, and then we'll just be grabbing some stuff right from here. Okay, we'll talk about the introduction. Actually, there are two materials. Okay, we have the version 3 material and the version 4 material. So the other ones we were using before is version 4 material. This one is the version 3. Okay, so because the version 3 material is what contains this now. Both of them, you're going to find both of them actually in the Google Drive. Okay, in the month 7 Google Drive. So both the version 3 and version 4 material go here. Where is it now? Okay, so you see the 3 and you see the 4. So all right, so the version 4 is what contains everything that we've been doing on Tailwind, the grid, the Flexbox, installing with Vite, installing with Next.js and all of those. Everything is in version 4, but version 3 now is what contains this project now. So because of this project now, I'm just going to be working with this version 3 material. Okay, so now and so this is the link now for the project that we're working on now. So I'm just going to be grabbing some little things now. So for your installation, you already know how to do all of those stuff now. I'm not going to be doing the installations again now. So you see the version 3 contains the Tailwind config. Now I'm just going to ignore a whole lot of things right there. Okay, I'm just going to be ignoring everything right there. So as a matter of fact, I'm going to continue with this stuff that I have over here that we use in practicing the Flexbox and grid. Now when you go to Frontend Mentor, if you sign up there, you could actually download the file. Okay, so once you download it, it will come in the form of a zipped file. Okay, so and I think I've also uploaded it. This is it here. So inside here you have everything about that project. Okay, so this is it. I've unzipped it. So right inside here now you see some junk stuff there like that. Now somehow it looked like before, it's just an image there. Then what is most important is this images part here, because it contains some little stuff. So the hamburger menu, Facebook icon, the logo, and this guys here. So you could just go ahead and then grab all of it and then put it in your. So if you've created a new project, now you just create a new Next.js project. I can't go over that process again. Okay, so just grab them and then put it inside your public folder. You create a new folder called img. Okay, so just create a new folder inside public called img, then grab all of those stuffs and then put it there. You could just pull it out. Ensure you don't put it in the wrong thing. Just make sure that you are dropping it inside images. So I've already done that. That's why I have all of these ones. Now you can see the logo. Okay, so you can see it now, and every other thing, they are there. Okay, so I've already dragged it. Now you could follow the normal windows, just copy it like this and then locate your project folder, and then inside public create img folder, and then you dump all of these ones inside so that you'll be ready to use it. Okay, so now this is my page.js now that we've been using before to practice Flexbox and grid now. So I'm just going to continue now. So the only thing that I'm going to change now, this title here, create next app. Now maybe I'm just going to change it now from layouts. Now under our layouts here we have this here, so I'm just going to call this what's the title of this project? I don't even know. Frontend Mentor manage landing page. So just call it Frontend Mentor challenge. All right, so that's just what I'm gonna do in my layouts, and then excuse me. Now right here now is So you see the layout, the title have changed. Okay, now right here is where I'm going to start creating my work. Okay, so like I said, if you're going to be practicing all of this then I'm just going to rush this now because this is just like a passerby project. Okay, so after this project now I'm going to be creating a dashboard because that's the main project that we're going to be creating before going into Next.js now, because actually we need dashboard for projects we're going to be creating. So but I just felt we should still recreate this one since the previous students that did it in version 3. So I just felt okay, so let's just have a feel of it and see how far we can go with it. All right, so then go over and then create a dashboard. In the dashboard that we're going to be creating is going to have light mode, dark mode, and all of those things now, and a whole lot of stuff now that we'll be using now. But in this one now, just go back to the material. I think everything have already been laid down, so just keep all of the installation stage now, because some of these installations I did not do them with React, neither did I do it with a Next.js now, but you already know how to install all of those things, how to set up your project with Next.js now. So skip the installation stage and go straight to the navbar part now, and this here we're going to be working on. Okay, so working on the layout now. So for the navbar now, excuse me, you can use normal div like you already know before now, and then just keep going about I'm just going to use nav. Okay, so whichever one you want to make use of. Now there are some colors that were used in this project now that I'm just going to program right there in our own now. So right here in the colors now, I'm just going to grab this. I think I talked about all of these things before, so I'm just going to grab this now and then go over to our global.css. Now you can see we have some colors here, so I'm just going to put them right there. Okay, so just okay, so now for this one I'm going to remove all of this and then all of this comma I'm going to replace them. Let's see, let's take this one, comma and brackets. So I'm just going to go back and then remove only the comma, replace it with colon. Okay, so now I have all of this color programmed there now. Okay, now I can bring them down here as well. So I'm gonna program all of those colors. I have the bright red background, bright red, bright lights. I'll be able to use them in classes. Okay, this color, so this form part of my color guide. Dark blue, so grayish blue, very dark blue, very dark blue, this one. Take care not to make mistake, pale red, and then the last but not the least there after the pale red. Alright, so I'm gonna get rid of this too. So now we have our colors there. Okay, now to test it if it's working, so you could go ahead and then class name, let's see, I think I'm gonna make it BG. Okay, so now the color is working now. All right, so we can go ahead and then continue our work now. All right, now so we've programmed the colors. So now same way, if you want to do any project now, you could always go over to UI colors and then get some colors for yourself. Now there are a lot of sites that offer free UI colors now, so you don't need to crack your head over trying to mix colors and then all of those stuff now. All right, so now so the next thing now that we'll have our nav bar here now. So now for the nav bar here, what we're gonna do, let's sketch it up all of this guy here and on this one. Okay, now we could make this relative, okay, positioning. So we'll give this we'll make this container because we're gonna do MS Auto so as to centralize things horizontally. Okay, and then we'll give a padding of 6 here. Okay, so now we're gonna be using Flexbox, though you could use grid. Okay, you could use anyone at all, so you could try hand on it now, but for this now we're just gonna use Flexbox. So I'm just put this as some flex container is gonna be here. Let's do a div here, and that's, let's put now this this div is gonna be inside of this one. Okay, so so that this one now can be centralized. Okay, now inside this now I'm going to have a class name. Okay, take note in the original document that you're going to be saying class, but here we're going to be using class name now. Take note of that in case you're checking the original documents. Okay, now here now we're going to be using Flexbox now. Everything you already know that we've done on Flexbox. Okay, so we use item center to centralize its content now. That is to centralize everything that's going to be holding vertically. Okay, where is it? Okay, so this is the nav panel. So we want everything to be centralized vertically. Remember what we said in Flexbox before. Then horizontally we want to justify let's just justify between. You know, I said this when we're learning Flexbox. Okay, so the next thing we're going to hold now, if you look at this project now, inside of this nav banner, it contains basically 2 things now, or 3 things now: the logo, the menu, okay, which is going to be another Flex container, and then we have this one here. So for now, let's just have this now. So here now we're going to have the logo here. There's going to be another div now, so I'm going to have a div here that's going to hold the logo. So inside of this place now, I'll have an image now with a source of, remember our logo is inside of this place now, and we can directly access it here by calling img/logo .svg. It's an svg image. See, it's here. All right, so now what else again? Let's save our work now and then go over here and then see we have our logo now. Right now, then the next thing we're going to do after the logo, is the logo. We'll come down still inside this Flex container. Okay, see the Flex container ends here now. Like I said, now after the Flex container, let's put this one here. We have this menu now, so I think we're going to define our menu here, so which is going to be another div again. Okay, now what do we do now? So now because we want to let's say that's just a bunch of link items now, a bunch of links now, so we'll just put arch there first for the now, and then what we have there, we have it's not clearly written here, but we have pricing, product, about us, carriers, and community. So pricing, I'm gonna duplicate this one. Products, then this one is about us, carriers, and community. All right, so these are the menu. Okay, so now basically I have two things. Now we have this one, we have the menu, and then we are going to have a third item, but we're going to leave that one out for the now. All right, so this is the menu. Do I really need to label it now? So if you want to label it, just control slash and then call this menu. Okay, so that you could just, if you want to, and then you could call this one logo just to define things. Okay, okay, so because sometimes when you're looking for things now, you could just make your work easier to manage and to locate things out. Let's see this menu now. What do we do now? Let's see how it's looking like here. Okay, you can see everything now. What do we do? We'll need to apply some Flexbox properties to it now. So we're going to apply class name. Make this flex, and then we're going to say space x6 to space things out. Okay, so that they can appear very well, just as, where is it? Okay, so they can appear very well, okay, for us. Okay, I think that's cool. For the logo, you can just add another class here, give it a padding top of 2. Okay, okay, I think it's better now. So now remember I talked about responsiveness. Okay, so everything you're doing should be mobile first now. Okay, so on small screen now, I don't want all of this junky behavior. Okay, so now I would like to hide this menu on small screen. So that means I have to define how it look like on small screen first now. So this entire menu box now is going to be hidden first now. So let's just hidden by default. Okay, so but as I keep expanding, what's going to happen? So when I hit my medium breakpoints now, it should now become flex. So that's how to define. Okay, so you see now, so hidden by default, and when you hit your medium breakpoints, it becomes flex. All right, so that's cool for me, and I think that's okay. Now all of these guys here, I need to add some effect to it, some hover effects to them now. Okay, so we have some of those colors we defined in our global CSS. Okay, so we just go ahead and then use one of them. Okay, so now handling hover here in Tailwind CSS, I don't think we've done that before. It's quite easy. Okay, so just as you define the behavior of your each of the breakpoint, now that's how you define the behaviors for the hover effect as well. So right here for each of these guys now, I'm just going to add a class now. Okay, so I'm going to say class name, and the class name is now going to be so you just add hover, and then what's going to happen now when you add hover now, then you cannot define your normal Tailwind class for it now. So I'm going to say text. Okay, so you could use text and then apply any color now, but we have some colors there that we want to use, like the dark grayish blue. That's what defined. Okay, so you could see it here, the dark, or is it dark grayish blue? Okay, so you could copy it now so that so in order to avoid some typo. Okay, but I'm sure I typed it correctly. Alright, so now when you come over here, when you point to it now, you see the hover effect. Okay, so if you want some dancing around, maybe when you point to it now, you should maybe do something else, or all of those stuff. Now you could go ahead and then do that as well. Okay, so like I said, we have 3 items: the logo, the menu, and then the last but not the least there is that other button here that says get started. Okay, so we just go over here. That is okay, this logo ends here, the menu ends here, and remember we are using space between. Where is it now? We are using space between, so that's what pushes these two to the end. Okay, so if I add the third items now, the space is going to be well managed because we're using Flexbox. Okay, so 1, 2, this one ends here. So here now I'm going to put the button. Okay, so button, now we'll come here. I'm going to say div, and inside of here I'm going to have class. Do I really need a div? I think I can just put a normal button there. Okay, since it's outside of this one, it's going to be spaced out well, so I'm just going to put a button there. This one I'm going to also get started, and then this button, I think the background color, first of all, is going to be this bright red. I think we have it here, bright red. And then for the hover effect, I think we're going to have hover effect, but let's just see it first now. So you see now, I think this is not the behavior we want for the hover. But before we talk about the hover, let's talk about the look of the button first. Now, first of all, we can add some padding to it now. So I'm going to use padding of 3 for it now to have a default padding round about it now, but I still want some more padding left and right again in addition to that default now. So I can now use maybe px says px6, okay, to add some additional padding left and right. Okay, now the button color should let's use text white by default. Okay, all right, so I think that's better for me. So I think I'm going to use rounded. So rounded, full round. Okay, so completely rounded. Okay, so I think that's cool. All right, now for the hover now, I think there's one other color that I can apply for the hover. Test dark grayish. No, this is not the color I want to use. I can for the hover effects now. Do I really want to change the color? I think I can use the same white for it now. So I don't want to change the text color for hover effect, but I want to change PG color for the hover effect, and the color I want to use is that light red light. You have it there. Oh, excuse me, it's right there, this bright red light. So that's the color I want to use. Okay, but the text color is going to remain text white, both for the normal state and for the hover states. Okay, so when you point it now, the text color does not change, but the BG color changes on hover. So I just put hover and what you want to change. I want to change the text color, I will still go over and then say I put what text and then any color I want to put right there, like that. So you see it now, but I really don't want to change that. Okay, so I'm gonna remove it again. Okay, so I think we have our button now for getting started now. So now our menu bar is I don't think this is not looking so good. I think this one is still gonna be hidden by default as well. So it's going to be hidden by default, and then on medium screen it's going to be blocked so that it can be visible from medium screen up. Okay, so okay, all right, so later since those ones are hidden, we're going to make a hamburger menu appear here. Okay, so that's just the trick that we're going to do. All right, so I think this one is okay now. The next I'm going to do here is this hero section. Okay, so now basically the hero section contains two things. Now it contains a left items here, okay, which is its own container, okay, whether a grid container or a Flexbox container, okay, and then it contains an image. It's just a kind of a UI image. Okay, so these are abstract image I could always download for your projects. Okay, so now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to call this now, I think the navbar ends here, so I'll come down here. Then I'm going to have another section which could be a div, or you could use just call it section. Okay, so makes no no difference. Okay, the most important thing is what you are defining inside now. So I'm just going to call this one, I'm going to give this one an ID of hero. Let's just see if I give it an ID of hero. So just in case we want to refer to it later. Okay, so that's why we're putting an ID there. Okay, it's not compulsory anyway. You may want to ask, why did we not add ID of nav here? So you could always target the nav directly, and this one, just because we can have several sections, that's why we are making this one standard by giving it a specific ID here, hero. Okay, so because we could have several sections in the work, but nav, now you have only one nav, so there's no point giving it an ID. Okay, so okay, so now first of all, we're going to have a container that we can centralize. So div. So we're going to have a class name of I'm going to call this container, and this container is going to be flex, and then flex by default is going to be flex colon. Okay, by default it's going to be flex colon, and then right from MD is going to be flex row. I want it flex row so that the things could stand left and right. Okay, but when on a medium screen now, they should stand up and down on medium screen. This is going to be up, this one down. But if I want this one up, this one down, it's going to be flex colon reverse. Okay, so that the image will now be up and the text down. But on large screen or medium screen now, it's going to be row. So that's why I define it in this breakpoint. On medium screen, it's going to be row here. So we're going to use MX auto to ensure that things are centralized. Okay, then so we use items center also to centralize things vertically, horizontal, to centralize things vertically as well. Okay, so then maybe just add a padding top of 10, and then space, I'm gonna space Y, that's vertical spacing of 10. Okay, so but on medium screen we really do not want that space, so on medium screen space Y0. Yeah, okay, so we've defined the container. Now inside of the container, like I said, now for this hero section, now we can define the two things. Now the first one is going to be the left item, and then the other one is going to be the right item, which is going to be the image, right item, or the image, or hero image. Okay, so those are the two things that are going to be inside this container of the hero section. Okay, now this left item obviously is going to be a div. Okay, that we're going to define some things there. Let's push this one down. So right here now, I'm going to have a class name. Now you could see now this is the part that we are defining now. So right now this is a flex. Okay, so it contains 3 items. Okay, contains 3 items. Now if I just call this flex, now the things are going to stand side by side. Okay, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to change the direction to be column flex column. Okay, so that they can stand up and down like this instead of side by side. Okay, all right, I'm talking about this left items. Okay, so their content is going to be what's in column form. Okay, so so what are the things now before we define the look of it? So inside of here now, oh, excuse me, inside of here I'm gonna have h1. Okay, I'm gonna have maybe about 3 items down. If you look at this one now, have a h1, a paragraph, and a button. Okay, so bring everyone together to build better products. So I'm just going to type that out. Bring everyone together to build better products. All right, now after that, now we're going to have a paragraph, which is p. Obviously you can't see what is there, but I think I have it. So let's, where are we now in this work? Okay, this is it. So I'm just going to copy it, and I don't need to stress my head. All right, now, and then the last but not the least there is going to be a button. Okay, I'm just going to put an hash there. So that button is going to say get started. Okay, so save it now and then go over to our work now, and then, oh, you see the button, see this one now. Okay, so we're going to format this guy here. Okay, now we don't want all of these things spreading everywhere. What do we do? Let's see. And then we need to increase the size as well. So inside this h1 here, so let's see. First of all, let's inside the main box here, so from medium breakpoints now, use width 1/2. Okay, to divide it into 2 first now. Then for this h1 here, so we're gonna have a class name there. So we're gonna use max width here, md. Okay, now we need to increase the font size to like 16 pixels, and in Tailwind now, so I'm gonna use text 4XL, which is equivalent to about 16 pixels. Okay, to increase the font size for us. Okay, I think we need to make it bold. Okay, so we'll say fonts bold. Okay, so that is this one here, to make it bolder. I think we'll need some let's see, we can even make the fonts a bit bigger. Let's try 5XL. Okay, so maybe we can use that 4XL for small screen. So this 5XL is going to be from medium screen, while from a small screen it's going to be 4XL by default. Okay, so small screen is going to be, so okay, I think on small screen I would like these things to be centralized by default. Okay, so it's going to be text center by default. Okay, do I need to put it here? Let's see, let's put it in the parent that holds it. Okay, so that I can centralize even this one as well. Okay, okay, and now but I really don't want it to be centralized on big screen, so text center here. No, let's work with the h1. It's centralized by default on small screen, but on medium screen it's gonna be text text left, so it's gonna be left. Okay, okay, now what do we do next? So I'm gonna add some spacing right here. So I'm gonna say space y at vertical spacing. Okay, if that's too much. Can reduce it. Okay, I think that's better for me. Okay, so I think I need to work on this part here. It's still extending too much now. So that's the paragraph. I'm gonna have a class name here, and I'm gonna use our max width of SM. Okay, so that's cool. So it's gonna be centralized by default now. So I'm gonna use text center. By default, but on big screen, on medium screen, it's gonna be text left. Okay, so on small screen, it's gonna be center. Okay. Now we'll jump back here again. Now the color is kind of too dark now. So what we're gonna do, we have this color here, this dark grayish blue. So that's what I'm gonna use for it now. So text dark grayish blue. Okay, so I think that's quite better. So the last thing I'm going to work on there is the button here. Okay, so now for the button, where is it? There's the button here. I think I'm going to put it in a div anyway. So div. Okay, so this now I'm going to have a class name of flex, so that I can use justify center, and then on medium screen is going to be justify starts. Okay, so on small screen you have that, and on big screen it's just at the left there. Okay, now for this one, now we need to define the look of the button now. The button now, let's go ahead and then see. You see the button now is similar to this button. I think we can just copy that button anyway. I think it's almost the same button, so I don't need to stress my head. Now where is that button? Okay, so this is it. Get started. Just go ahead and then grab this button and then put it right there to have all of the behavior. Okay, so get started. All right, so that's cool. Now the next thing I'm going to put right after all of this, now we're working on this one here. This is the left item. Now this is it now, so I can collapse it now so that you see where it ends now. So this is the right item, which is the hero image now. So what I'm going to do now is to put a div right there, and then we can put the image img here. Okay, but before I put, so the image now is going to reference, and there's an image there, the Illustrator intro. Let's go over Illustrator intro. So this is now. Okay, so you could see it now. So I'll just copy the name of the image now and then put it right here. Dot svg. Is it really svg? Okay, yeah, it's svg. So Illustrator intro dot svg. So that's it now. Then let's save it now and then go over here. You see it's right there. Okay, so I can just sorry, excuse me. So class name for this one on medium screen, it's going to take the width, it's going to be 1/2. Let's say I look on mobile. So on mobile, So you could see that the image is above and this other one is below. That's because of that colon reverse that we used, okay, the other time. Okay, so now the next thing we're gonna do after this section now is excuse me, is this features area. Okay, so now that's going to be another section entirely now, so can create section again. Now this one we can just give it an ID for reference purpose. Now we'll call this one features. Okay, now and again, so we're gonna have a div here again. That's gonna be the container that we can centralize. Okay, now this so we're gonna give it it's gonna be a flex container, and this flex is gonna be flex column by default, because that's how it's gonna be column in mobile view, while on large screen, on medium screen, it's going to be flex row. This is it now. Okay, so on small screen it's going to be this one first, then followed by this one, but on medium screen is going to be row like this now. Okay, so that's just a basic principle of it now. And what can we do here again? Of course, we're going to make it MX also. Okay, and then space Y6, and then on medium screen space Y is going to be 0. Okay, now let's look at the contents it's going to hold. What's different? I think just 2 paragraphs, so it still contains left and right as well. So now the first one, now inside of this container is going to be left, and then here right of features left, features right. Okay, so in this left part now, so I'm going to say okay, let's no need for comment again now. Just go ahead and then put a div there that's going to hold all of this content, these 2 here now, which probably can be a heading and a paragraph. Okay, so now this div now is going to be flex, and on small screen it's going to be flex colon, and then on medium screen it's going to take half, 1/2. Okay, so and then we can add some space, maybe 6 or so. Okay, so now inside of this container that will contain these 2 things, now I could have 2 items there. Number 1 is an h2. I'm going to say what's different about manage. That's what we have there. And then the next one there is just some bunch of junk text now, some paragraph. Okay, which I can go ahead and then grab from anywhere I have it now. As usual, again, I can add some class name here. for the H2, like max, width, medium, and then text of maybe 4 XL, like 16 pixels, and then fonts bold. You already know all of this before, so I'm going to centralize the text. Okay, and then on medium, the text is going to be left just how I want it to appear. Okay, so let's take it down so I can appear well. Okay, and for the paragraph now, I could go ahead and then grab it from anywhere. Do I have it? I think that's the text we're gonna use. Okay, so okay, this one kind of too big for my liking. It's almost looking like this one here, so I'm gonna reduce the size 3XL. Okay, I think that's kind of better for me. So for this paragraph here, I'm going to change the color. Class name, text is going to be that dark grayish blue, defined. Okay, so now oh, I think this text I copied was from the hero section. Let's take this, the right text for it. You could use your own word anyway, so you could ask ChatGPT to generate some brief content for you. Alright, I think this is better for me. So after that one now is this a numbered list. Okay, so when we are done with everything now, you can actually break everything down into components. Okay, that's React or Next.js for you. Okay, so you could go ahead and then break things up into components so that you can manage them well. Excuse me, but in this building stage I just build directly like that. Okay, now so now to build this one now, I think once we are able to get this one now, you can just duplicate it and get the rest now. So right here now, there's the right part of it now. Okay, so just come over here now. This is for the numbered list now. So I have a div. Okay, now that div now gonna have a class name of we use flex. Okay, and by default now it's gonna be flex colon because things are gonna stay up and down. So we're gonna say flex colon, and I'm gonna space y. Let me space y. Okay, and then on medium screen, the width now is gonna be half, 1/2. Okay. The next thing now, we can go ahead and then start building the individual list now. So I'm going to call this list item 1. Okay, so that we could start building. And for this list item 1 now, we're going to have a div. Okay, so this one is a div. Okay, which is going to be a flex container also containing 2 items, this and this. Okay, so it says splitting things is just quite a kind of easy. Okay, so just know that everything is a div that has been broken down. Okay, so now for this one now, now this part here, it appears a little bit different on mobile. Okay, so you see how it's the desktop view. Okay, but on mobile you see how it looks now. So obviously it's column by default. Okay, so it's column by default, and then on mobile it becomes like this. Okay, so you could see how it looks like now. So we have the this is the heading. So the heading obviously contain okay, so Okay, it's column by default. Okay, so I think we can use that now. So right here now, what we're gonna do, so we're gonna give this a class name of flex, and then make it a flex column by default, and then with some space, there, and on medium screen that space is going to be out. Okay, MD, we're gonna use space, this on MD flex row. So it's gonna be column by default, and then row on medium screen because of the way it's appearing. So column by default, and then row on medium screen. So that's it. And then in here we're gonna have a heading. Now for the heading, I'm gonna have a div, and with a class name of I'm gonna have a class rounded. Rounded left full. The BG of bright red sublights. On medium screen, that background is going to be transparent. Now everything we're defining here is we're targeting the mobile first. Okay, so the look, how it's going to look like here first. Okay, so it's what we're targeting first. I think that's the best approach. Okay, so now we're gonna have another flex here that will contain these two items. Okay, this number and this tracking blah 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 that is there. Okay, so right here now, inside of this now, okay, now inside of here now we could have a div, last name, flex items, vertical alignments, center, and space x2. Now inside this Flexbox now is going to contain two items, this number, okay, which is going to be rounded full, and then this part here. So now we're going to define another div here for specifically that number. We'll just say 01 01. So now for this div now, holding the 01 now, so we're going to define some classes for it now. The first is that we want some horizontal padding and some vertical too. So we're going to use text white, as you could see in that place now, and then we're going to use full rounded full, and then on medium we're going to use py of 1, and then the BG is going to be that bright red. That's red. Okay, so that's what we have there. Okay, so this gives us this now. Okay, now what else do we have now? Next, under this one now, we're gonna have maybe h2 or h3. Let's call this h3. Okay, here now we have that text over there. Here, track company, company-wide progress. Okay, so we'll just come here now, say track company-wide progress. Okay, so we're gonna give it some class name. So text base, font bold, and MD. On medium screen has some margin bottom of 4, and then okay, let's see. So this is it now. It's not really looking. Let's see. Okay. Okay, I think on small screen it's okay. It's okay on small screen, but on big screen we're going to define it differently on big screen. So what we're going to do is that we're going to hide it on big screen. So on MD it's going to be hidden. Okay, so it's not gonna show up on medium screen at all. Okay, but it's going to be there on the small screen. Okay, now what we're gonna do on medium screen now, after this heading, just 1 2, that is outside of this heading now. So I'm going to define another div there. Okay, that's going to contain another h3. Okay, because I want to style it different. It's going to contain h3 and a paragraph p. Okay, so for this one now, it's going to be hidden by default. So this one is outside of this heading. Okay, it's outside of this heading. So but on medium screen is going to be block. Okay, so is there any other thing we need to do here? Let's see. So I think it's just going to be, since it's only going to be displayed here, so okay, so gonna use text. Just LG. Okay, so now on small screen now you won't see it. What you see is this other one, this first one. But on big screen now, the one you see now is outside of that first defined heading now. So that's how we get this one now, so that we cannot put that paragraph underneath it now. So if we go ahead and then write some junk text now, you're going to see them displayed under like this now. So you could go ahead and then copy the text, the actual text, and then paste it right there. So right here now, I'll just paste the text here, save it now, and then you could see it now. So this is it. So if you come down now, you see how it look now. Okay, so everything is cool. Okay, so I think but this text now is looking too black there, so I can have a class now that says text. Use that dark grayish blue for it. Okay. Okay, so I think this one is cool. Now what else do I need to do? I'll just need to duplicate it. I think that's all for it. So this entire list item which ends here, I'll just go ahead and then duplicate it out. 1 2 3. So this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. Okay, so I need to change the numbers. Let's expand this one 2, expand this one also, and give this one 3. Okay, all right, so now I have this now. So we can go ahead and then change the text now. For the second one now, this one is advanced built-in reports, and then for the third one, everything you need in one. So everything you need in one place. Okay, so all right, so you can paste the actual text, or you type it out there. I think everything is cool now. So what we're going to do now is this testimonial area. Okay, so but before then, this image is looking too big now, so I'm going to reduce it now. So where is it? This one now, the hero image now. So here now I'm going to add width class name width. I'm going to use 70%. So reduce it. Okay, so I think it's better now. It was too big before. Oh, let's try 75%. Okay, I think this one is cool. Then this entire section, this one now, let's use margin 10. Okay, let's see. Without the margin. Okay, I think all right, I think it's better with the margin. All right, so let's see. This one, let's see this image. Text center. Okay, let's see. And I need to centralize this guy now, so I'm just gonna make this one flex and then use justify center for it. Okay, so I think it's better. Okay, so it's better now. All right, so I think everything is looking pretty cool now. So the next thing I'm gonna do is to work on this part. Okay, I'm gonna do that in the next video because this one is a little bit too long. All right, thank you. See you in the next class. Bye.